Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome to this video on self-love, manifesting money, all that good stuff. I'm very, very excited. I have so much to share with you today. Now, I'm live on Instagram and on Facebook, so I have two cameras going right now. It's a little bit intense, so if I'm looking back and forth, then that is why. It's not because I'm nuts. It's because I'm trying to focus on two cameras at once. And I am here to talk to you about self-love and money. I'm really, really excited about this because it's such a big subject. And it's something that we're never really taught. And the problem, we're not taught about self-money generally, right? And then we're not taught about abundance, manifesting, etc. on top of that. So it really just becomes an even crazier, bigger problem. So I want to talk to you guys about that today. And as always, if you have any questions, I would love for you to hit me in the comments. I'm going to try and keep up with both of them. And I'm going to try to address any of your questions or your concerns as they come up. But we're going to talk about money, because who doesn't want more money? This is important stuff, and it's a big subject. And I'm very fortunate because I grew up with a mother who was extremely well-versed in all things law of attraction, manifesting, positive thinking, and she has always had the most amazing attitude when it comes to money, finances, opportunity. She really has this very infectiously positive attitude. And it was something that I sort of took for granted when I was a child and a teenager. You know, when you're that age, you don't even really think about stuff like that. And then once I got a little bit older and I moved out of my parents' home and I moved to Auckland. I lived in Auckland for about 5 years in New Zealand. And when I lived there, I remember going through a really hard time. And what my mother did, and this is so cute when I think back on this, she sent me an email full of affirmations. And the affirmations were things like, every day and every way my life gets better and better. You know, I'm strong and capable. I can do anything I want. I can achieve anything I like. And I was really touched by those affirmations. And it was interesting because it was the kind of thing she had talked about a little bit in person, but we'd never really gone very deep on it. And I don't even know where she learned it. I guess she read a book about it, or maybe went to a seminar or something. I don't know. My parents, actually, it's so weird to think about, but they were really into the self-help genre when I was younger. And I remember when I was about 7 years old, they sent me to a camp during the school holidays where we literally were taught how to meditate. We were taught how to like punch pillows and get rid of our negative feelings. It was amazing. And so anyway, my mother sent me this email with these affirmations in it, and I printed it out and I stuck it next to my bed. I had a bookcase next to my bed and I stuck it to the side. And so every time I woke up in the morning, these would be the first things that I saw. And, you know, they were really powerful and they felt even more meaningful to me because they had come from my mother. And, you know, I knew that what she said to me, she really believed. And my mother is also a really beautiful example of someone who has been able to create the life that she wanted. And it's very interesting because she has had a very successful career. She's done lots of things. She's always really owned her own business, which has been a huge inspiration to me. But she also, you know, when she retired, when she was about 60, 65, she then took a couple of years off and then was like, you know what, this is boring. I want to go back to work. And she is back at work. And I celebrated her 70th birthday with her this year. She treated the whole family to a cruise around Europe. And she is someone who has always said to me, if you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. And I know that a lot of people think that that's bullshit. or that it's just something that some people say, some people who are lucky, but I really believe that that's true. And I really believe we have the ability to create a career that feels so good, that is so exciting, that we are excited to get up and go to work every day. And I believe that's possible for all of us. Now, that's not to say that there won't be things in your day job that sometimes are frustrating or difficult, or you don't know how to do them, or they really stress you out, right? That's very possible. But the overall theme should be that it feels fucking good to do what you do. And so that is what we're going to talk about today. I have so much to say on this topic, and it's funny because I get asked about it all the time, and for some reason I've really resisted talking about it, but I realize that this is something that everyone needs to learn about. And there are lots of places that you can learn it, but I always like to hear it from someone that I can relate to and that I think has their head screwed on. And a lot of new age teachings don't jive with me. They sound like bullshit. They use language that doesn't connect with me. And so I'm going to tell you this stuff in my way. This is what I know to be true. This is the stuff that I've used. And I'm excited to share it with you. So I'm getting some amazing comments for those of you on Facebook who can't see this, on Instagram, from Dr. Lisa DeFlo, and she said, it sounded crazy to me at first that you can manifest money when I first heard about it, but it works. I manifested $120,000 a couple of years ago and paid off most of my debt, my alimony, car payment, credit cards. And that's amazing, and that's what I'm talking about. And it's really interesting because when we're worried about money, we become obsessed with our bank balance, how much we don't have. We get really caught up in like what we don't have, where we're not enough, right? But the thing about money is it's really all about your mindset. It's about your attitude. It's about where you choose to put your attention. Now, this is not to say that you get to just kick back and meditate your way to $1 million, because it also doesn't work like that. This is about meeting the universe halfway, which means you have to put in your piece of effort and believe at the same time, and then the universe will really start to play ball. That is what it's all about. And so it's a really interesting experiment in your own mind control. And, you know, the older I get and the more that I go through various things and deal with problems and stresses, the more I realize it is all about attitude. It is all about how you feel about it. Absolutely. 120 million trillion %. So manifesting is all about how you think about things. And the thing that people get stuck on when they're thinking about manifesting or don't realize, it's not just about what you're thinking, it's also about what you're feeling. So if you've ever tried manifesting stuff, or you've heard about the law of attraction and you're like, that sounds great, but like whatever, it's actually 50% thinking and 50% feeling. And that's the place where we all get tripped up. Because we can think like, oh yeah, I have lots of money, I don't have any problems, I can afford anything, everything's good. But if you don't feel it, if you're not really truly resonating with the thoughts, it's not going to work. So we're going to talk about that today as well. So I can see there's a bunch of you watching. This is really lovely. I'm so happy to have you here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little breathing exercise. Very, very simple. But before we get started, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I would love for you to take this opportunity to make this a little time for yourself. We're not going to be on this video for a long time, but I want you to make some space in your life right now. So make this little chat we're having fully about you. So put your phone on Do Not Disturb. If you're in a room when there's other people around, close the door if you can. Be by yourself. If you're in a New York apartment like so many of us, go to the bathroom and close the door, because sometimes it's the only way that you will get some space to yourself. This is something that you're going to want to focus on, and I'm going to have you do some stuff that you're probably going to want to do in private. I know it's exciting. So if you're not quite in a private place, do what you can to put yourself in a private place. And if you can't, then save this video and come back to it later on. Although you can always watch now and you can pick it up whenever you're ready, right? So are you guys ready? Tell me in the comments that you're ready to go, and we will get started with our little breathing exercise, our first little exercise, and then I'm going to start talking to you about self-love, money, deserving, worth, and removing the blocks that we have in our mind that make us feel crazy and poor and impoverished and not worthy. Yes? All right, lots of people saying they're ready. They're ready. Yes. Okay, awesome. I'm so excited. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together. We're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Always good. Those 3 deep breaths completely reset my frequency every single time. So now, before we go into it, I want you to look around the room that you're in, wherever you are, and I want you to come up with 3 things that are in your immediate vicinity that you are grateful for and thankful for. You can type them in the comments. I would love to hear what they are. I'll share some of them, but I'll tell you mine first. I'm grateful for the color pink. Fuck yes. There's so much of it in my house. It makes me feel so good. It's my power color. It always makes me smile. It like jazzes me up. It makes me feel amazing. I'm grateful for the roses on my altar that my boyfriend bought me. He spoils me with flowers every week, and it makes me feel so good and so loved. And I'm grateful for art. There's art all over my apartment, beautiful art, almost entirely by female artists in beautiful colors, and it really it helps to expand my world, to have all these beautiful things around me, and to see other people's personal expression makes me feel so good. All right, I love these responses. My altar, my art, my dog. I'm grateful for my guitar because even though I can't play very well, trying makes me happy. Flower crowns, handwritten card from my boyfriend, the bed I get to sleep in, my stripper pole, bong, and grapefruit. That's a fucking awesome list. My puppy, new fall decor, my bright kitchen, the flowers I bought myself. Fuck yes, autumn. I love this. I'm grateful for my espresso machine. Me too. Surviving cancer. Fuck yes, holla back. Amazing. Grateful for the homies and girlfriends of the homies. What's up, Dan? You guys are great. Okay, that's awesome. I love that you're doing this. And you know what? The thing about manifesting abundance, feeling wealthy, is about realizing what you already have. And I know that sounds so simplistic and so maybe like a little bit too Oprah, but let me tell you something. Oprah knows her shit. And honestly, if you can't appreciate what you already have, you will just have more stuff and still be in a bad mood. Seriously, there are so many people who don't have anywhere near as much as we have, but they're grateful for what they do have, and so their lives are so much happier and so much richer than ours, right? And I know that that sounds very simple, but it's really, really true. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to change how you feel about your life. And I write gratitude lists every week, multiple times a week. And you know, the reason that I do it is not because it feels good or it's fun to write them or it gives me content for Instagram, although all of those things are true. The reason that I write those lists is because my inner saboteur is always lurking in the corner, always looking for problems, things that are wrong, things that are not enough, things that I want that I don't have yet. Always. And we are all always in this place where that part of our brain is on all the time, trying to keep us safe by bombarding us with fear. And we have to be proactive in fighting against that. So writing a gratitude list and remembering to look at the things that you're thankful for helps you defeat that inner saboteur that we all have. And that's what having any kind of spiritual practice is about. Meditation, gratitude, exercise, any of those things. That is what helps us break through the voice that tells us, like, this sucks, that's not good enough, if he really loved you, he wouldn't do that, blah, 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 right? We all have those thoughts. All of us. You know, I was able to reverse my depression when I was 22 years old. And that's 12 years ago now, because I'm going to be 34 on Wednesday. That was such a long time ago, but I still have to be proactive in combating that stuff every day. And if I don't, I wallow, I start to go down the drain, I stew in my own negative juices, I dump my emotional toxicity on other people, I walk around in a bad fucking mood, and it sucks, and it's not fun, and it's fully my responsibility and fully something that I can fix. And in fact, no one else can fix it for me. I can have all the pep talks and read all the books and whatever. But the only person who can reverse how I feel is me. So I wanted to just remind you guys about that and remind you that that's why gratitude is important. It's something that, I mean, self-help is such a big thing now. It's a huge industry. People talk about gratitude all the time. And sometimes when you hear it so much, you're just like, yeah, whatever, fuck, what else have you got? Give me some more tips. But honestly, the reason that everyone brings it up is because it's that important. Tony Robbins even did a thing recently, you know, his whole new book was all about wealth and how do we make more money and all of that. And he asked, like, all the biggest, most successful people, what's the most important part of making money? And they all said gratitude. This is not a coincidence. It's not like, oh, well, he's got, you know, $1 trillion in the bank. Of course he's thankful. No, there's no, of course anyone's thankful. We're all capable of going down that drain and being like, this isn't good enough. I don't have the new car. I don't have the this. I don't have the that. But we have to be thankful. So I wanted to just start with that and just give you a little reminder on that, because I need to be reminded of that every day. So I know that you need to be reminded of it every day. I'm no different than you. We're all in this together. We all battle with the same thoughts. We all have the same voice saying, meh, meh, meh. And it's up to us to combat it. And that's one way that we can. So I wanted to share that with you, and I hope that that's helpful. The comments I'm getting, it seems like it is helpful, so I'm really glad to hear that. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say is I want you to cast aside any thoughts that you might have about wanting more money being shallow or selfish or self-serving or not spiritual in some way. A lot of us feel guilty for wanting more money, more wealth, more abundance in our lives, and it's total bullshit. There is no guilt in these things. I want you to take a moment to think about the people that you most admire in life and recognize that probably the vast majority of them are people who have been able to make a fortune in tandem with creating beautiful art and contributing to the world. So let's look at some examples. Beyonce today posted a bunch of photos of her relief efforts in Houston, giving out food, helping people with shelter, giving aid where she could in the wake of Hurricane Harvey. The reason she can do that is because she's got money. When you don't have money, you can't help the world. Look at Rihanna and everything that she's done with the huge amount of money that she's made. Look at Nicki Minaj giving young women who get good grades full scholarships to college because she wants to help educate this next generation of women. That is fucking powerful. And look at Jay-Z bailing young men out of prison who are there on trumped up bullshit charges so they can be reunited with their family and get back to living their lives and give them a fighting fucking chance. This is the power of having money in the motherfucking bank. If you don't have it, you cannot help in the quantities that you want to be able to help people. And all of those examples are like the first people that came to mind, which is a total coincidence. But on the back of that, I want to let you know that the color of your skin is in no way an impediment to making money, being worthy of making money, or the amount of money that you can make. Because all four of those people are millionaires several times over, and they're killing the fucking game. So it doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from, what your gender is, what language you speak, none of it. It doesn't fucking matter. We all have the same potential to make money and create joy and help other people. That, to me, is what making money is all about. It's about making other people's lives easier. We can contribute to our community. We can contribute to society. We can do beautiful things when we make money. So there you go. That's a little bit of a soapbox kind of moment, but I really had to say that because I think it's something that we forget about. I think it's something we forget about. We feel like, oh, you know, I can survive on what I'm making and it's okay and like it's fine and whatever. Fuck that. If you really want to help the world, if you really want to contribute, you got to earn huge amounts of money so you can do huge amounts of good. That's it. All right. So let's talk about the connection between self-love and money. Now, as you all know, I mean, I have been talking about self-love for 10 years now. It's a long ass time. But the truth of it is that self-love changes everything in your life. And I've been saying this for a long time. It's in my book. It's all over my website. When you love yourself, you have different standards. Your love life gets better, your sex life gets better, your job gets better, your creativity gets better, and you raise your standards because you're like, you know what, I'm not taking this shit anymore. I deserve more. We start to believe that we deserve better, and so we demand better, and we behave in totally new ways. So this is, you know, this compares to and relates to money as well. When you love yourself, you're like, you know what? I deserve to earn what I'm earning or more. I deserve to be able to buy this thing that I want just because it makes me happy and I think it's beautiful. And when we don't love ourselves on the flip side, right? When we will go through things like we'll earn less because we don't believe we deserve to earn more. We will spend everything we make as soon as we make it because we don't feel like we deserve to be secure, or we don't feel comfortable having it in the bank, or we feel like we can't be trusted with the money that we earn. Or we'll fritter it away, we'll waste it on bullshit. We'll take $16 Uber rides all day long and buy like a $30 curry for dinner because underneath it all, we feel like we didn't really deserve to have that money in the first place. So we kind of just get rid of it as quickly as we can. Is any of that relating to you guys? Do you feel that with any of the stuff that you're going through? Does that ring any bells, hit any buttons? What would you say that your biggest money issues are? Is it that you're not earning enough? Is it that you can't hold on to it? Is it that you don't trust yourself with it? Is it, let me know what it is. Another thing also that's really, really big is this feeling of just panic when we look at our bank account, right? I know that this is a very common thing for people. You open up your like Chase or Bank of America online banking and you look at it and you're like, fuck, this is terrible. And you get into this like extremely deep fear spiral where it feels like your heart is just being clenched, right? I know that that is not something that has only ever happened to me. I know that this is something that happens to people all the time. All right, let's look at these comments. Never getting anywhere with saving. I can't trust myself with money, not earning enough, can't hold on to it, spend it on stupid shit. I need to get rid of it. Don't earn enough and can't save. All of the above, lol. Coming up against clients who want a bargain, yes. And then feeling the need to discount and over provide and stuff when actually what you have to offer is brilliant, right? Yes, even when I have plenty of money in there. Yes, avoiding wanting to look at my balance. Don't know how to earn money being a stay-at-home mom to 3 kids. Since my youngest was born, I make almost nothing. Is it from a belief? Yes, it could be. I can't hold on to it. I tend to spend emotionally / retail therapy. Honey, I feel you so hard. That was so my issue for such a long time. Money comes in big amounts. They're nothing. I want more consistent flow. Yes, so going from feast to famine all the time, that's a huge one for people, especially people who are self-employed. We feel like there's never that sense of stability or reliability, and you get a bunch of money in, and then you're like, fuck, I don't know how long this is going to last. What do I do with this? I don't know if I trust myself with it. And sometimes because we don't trust ourselves with it, we just end up throwing it out the fucking window. It's a nightmare. I have a hard time spending it even though I have it because of anxiety. See, that's another thing. When you don't feel good about making the money that you're making, you're like, I don't feel like I can spend anything. You feel guilty for buying things that you want. Or you spend all of your money on other people because it's okay for them to have treats, but for some reason, it's not okay for you to have anything nice. Always treading water, struggling with my own business, not feeling I'm good enough to go for a better job. Huge one. I closed my bank account because I didn't think there'd be any money coming in when I got laid off. Holy shit. Yes, that's so huge. That's such a block. Worried about the future, prioritizing what I spend money on. Okay, amazing. That was all on Instagram. Then there's a whole lot on Facebook as well. Working as an artisan and the starving artist cliche. Can't seem to get clients in order to make anything in the first place. Spend money on things I don't need. Horrible anxiety while logging into my bank account to check the balance. Oh my goodness. Okay, so much stuff. So you guys are dealing with so many things. So here is what we are going to work on today. I'm just trying to think, what should we pick? What should we pick? I think we should work on the anxiety about looking at the bank balance and just feeling like there's never enough. Let me know if that sounds good to you. Send me some hearts or send some thumbs up so I know that that's what you want to work on, and let me write this down. Because I think that that's something, if we work on that now, we're all going to feel better kind of instantly, right? This is something that we're all feeling. We all have that fear about like, fuck, I don't know if there's enough. That okay, shitloads of hearts everywhere on Facebook, on Instagram. Amazing. I love it. Okay. Anxiety, never enough. This is such pervasive stuff, you guys. I understand completely where you're coming from, and I know how hard this is. Okay, my babies. So here's what we're going to do. We're gonna do some tapping. Yeah. All right. Okay. I love this. Tapping is my favorite technique for clearing blocks. And tapping is a combination of acupressure and positive psychology. And when we tap, basically what happens is it immediately calms down the amygdala in your brain so that you can change how you're feeling about things. It helps give you perspective. It's an absolutely amazing technique, and it's something that I use all the time. And back when I was really working on changing my life, which was about just over 10 years ago, I was tapping every single day, and tapping is really, really powerful. And even if you don't know what you're doing, I'm going to show you how to do it because it's really easy. And this is why I say it's nice to be in a private area while you do this, because it looks kind of weird. Like, let's be real, it looks kind of weird. But I always think, who gives a fuck how weird it looks if it works, right? And for me, this shit works every single time. And when you tap in a group, there's this thing called borrowing benefits. So everybody's collective energy helps to alleviate everybody else's shit. It's really fucking awesome. So, how many of you have never tapped before? Anyone? Anyone? I've talked about it so much that I hope that everyone's like, yeah, I've done it, or whatever. But if you haven't, don't worry about it, because I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really, really easy. So tapping works like this. You're going to take the 2 fingers of your dominant hand. My dominant hand is my right hand, so I'm going to use my right hand. I'm going to use these 2 guys. And what you're going to do is you're going to press on specific points in your body. These are called meridian points, where the energy flows more like actively than in other places in your body. So it's kind of the same as acupuncture, right? You put the needles into these certain places where the energy current is the strongest, and it helps to reverse things. So what we're going to do when you're tapping, people are always like, how hard do I press? Am I like punching myself with my fingers, or am I just being really gentle? What does this feel like? So when it comes to pressure, you want to use about the same amount of pressure with your 2 fingers that you would on, if you were at a concert and you were trying to get through a crowd of people and you wanted to tap on someone's shoulder, you like this to get their attention. That's about how hard you want to tap. So nothing crazy. You're not trying to bruise them, right? But you are trying to get their attention. It's the exact same amount of pressure as that. So hopefully that helps. Okay, there's a bunch of people on Facebook saying, like, I tried it, I didn't know if I was doing it right. Okay, I've always wanted to, but I never had the balls to do it. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. So we're going to do this together, and we're going to tap on anxiety about the bank balance. Whew, it's a big one. And feeling like there's never enough. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tap and show you what I'm doing, and you're going to do it with me. And what I would love for you to do is repeat after me what I say. You don't have to do it, but it will be more powerful if you do, and why not go ham if you can, right? And if I say something that doesn't feel like it fully connects with you, I want you to say it anyway. Because sometimes when I'm tapping, even if I'm tapping along to somebody else's video and they say something that like really doesn't sound like my issue at all, it really resonates with me in a way that I wasn't anticipating. So one of the ways that you might know that tapping is working and the energy blocks are being relieved and healed and lifted is you'll start yawning. I want to yawn just thinking about it. Yawning is a way that your body shows you that energy is being shifted around. So it can manifest in weird ways. You might yawn, your eyes might water, you might feel really tired. Any kind of strange physical sensation is a sign that this shit is working. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by tapping on the karate chop point, which is this fleshy part of your hand, right? This piece here. So along where your little finger is, this fleshy bit, this is called the karate chop point. And we're going to start, I sneeze when I feel a big energy shift. Yes, sneezing is another sign. Okay, so we're going to start tapping here like this. Again, using the same kind of pressure that you would if you were trying to get someone's attention at a concert. Peace Soldier says, do you have to sit up or can you lay down? Yes, you can totally lay down if you want to. It doesn't matter. You can do it standing on one leg if you like. All good, however you want to do it. So we're just going to tap here, and when you're tapping on anything, we always start with the karate chop point because this is how we like tune into the problem. This is how we feel into the feelings, okay? So repeat after me. Even though I feel massive anxiety and panic when I look at my bank balance, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. That's about as scary as it's going to get, so keep it up. Okay, let's keep going with that. Even though When I think about how much money I have in the bank, I get completely freaked out and I feel like I want to puke or have a heart attack. And my heart gets all clenched up and I can't think about anything else. I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. All right, how's that feeling? We got any yawns going? All right. Even though I'm deeply afraid that there will never be enough, that I will never have enough, that I will never have enough money to feel safe, that I will always need more than I have, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Even though I feel scared about money all the time, I still accept myself anyway. I still choose to love myself, even though I have this fear. Okay, are you ready? Okay, here we go. So I want you to just follow along with what I'm doing. I like to do what I call power tapping, which is where you use both hands at the same time because I feel like it's more effective. So let's go and just tap where I'm tapping. We're going to start with the crown of the head, okay? Even though I feel freaked out about how much money I have in the bank, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Even though I feel like the money I have is a reflection on my worth as a person, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Okay, sides of the eye. Even though I feel guilty about my money situation, and I feel like this is a problem I shouldn't even have, even though I feel shame about how much money I'm making. Getting lipstick on my hand. Even though I feel like I shouldn't have this problem anymore, just under your collarbone here, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Now you're going to tap under your armpit here like this. Even though I feel freaked out about my money situation all the time, then you're going to bang your wrists together. I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. All right, let's keep going. We're going to go back to the top of the head now. And if there's anything you would like me to add or say for everybody else, leave it in the comments and I will work it in, okay? All right. Even though I'm afraid to look at my bank balance, and it freaks me out to even think about logging into my bank balance, and I don't always open my bills when they come through the door. And I avoid doing things that would probably solve my money problems, actually. I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. All right, we've got a suggestion from someone else. Even though I don't feel like I handle my money well, and I feel like I'm just not responsible with it. So no wonder I'm not making any money, because I feel like I'm not responsible with it. Even though I feel like I'm doing a terrible job with my money, and I feel so much guilt around it, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Even though having less money than I want makes me feel like a bad person, like a bad mother, like I'm irresponsible, I accept myself anyway. I forgive myself for feeling so bad about money. I forgive myself for all the grief and shame I feel around money. Even though I'm still freaked out to look at my bank balance, I know that I can remove that fear. I believe that I can change my mindset, no matter how pervasive it is. I believe that I can change my habits just by changing my mind. And I know that this isn't a fear that I have to hold on to forever if I don't want to. Even though I feel shame around how much money I have, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. All right, let's do the last round. Even though money is a challenge for me, and it can bring up deep feelings of anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. I forgive myself for feeling anxiety. I understand that my body is just trying to help me, but I release that now. I don't need to hold on to this if I don't want to. I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself, no matter how much money I have in the bank, because it doesn't denote how good a person I am. All right, deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, my darlings. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel lighter and I feel more calm and I feel more positive. Let me know how you're feeling. I would love to see your comments. Someone says they have nausea. Drink a lot of water. Drinking water is a really good way of flushing that energy through your system. It's just like after you have a massage. Nausea is the best. Sorry, not nausea is the best. Drinking water is the best to clear out that energy. I felt such a rush of energy flow through me after that. Yawned a few times, definitely lighter now. Lighter, yes, empowered, thirsty, and calm. Everybody, drink your water. Very important to drink water after tapping. In fact, I will do it right now. I got chills all through my body the whole time. Very relaxed. My cat joined in and fell asleep when I started yawning. Felt amazing. I feel much better, much more positive. Okay. This is amazing. Lots of yawning, blocked nose, watery eyes. I feel a bit sick but powerful. Okay. Lots of water, you guys. Drink it up. Here we go. Water is important. Drinking water after tapping is almost as important as the tapping itself. You got to flush it through. Everyone's saying shifting of energy. I feel so much relief, calm and sleepy. I feel lighter and more relaxed. I need a nap. My dogs came to me to see what happened. Okay, this is amazing. I'm so happy about this, you guys. So this is just an example of one of the ways that we can shift these energy blocks. It's really, really powerful shit, as you can see. This is not just, we're standing, reciting affirmations to ourselves. As much as I love affirmations, tapping is like affirmations taken to the millionth power. It's really, really amazing. So this is an example of what I'm teaching in my Radical Rituals Abundance class, which starts on September 20th. And we're going to be doing this stuff for 2 weeks. So every single day for 2 weeks, I will be emailing you an assignment with a video. You'll be getting tapping homework and all kinds of other exercises that you can do easily and on the fly. You know, there are a lot of courses that I've seen created and that I've done in the past that they're so involved. You know, there's like a forum and there's lots of PDFs and there's all this stuff, and it's like no one really has the time to do these things, right? It's like we're busy. We have things to do. So if you can get it as a daily email instead, you get it into your inbox, you know exactly what you have to do. It makes things really easy. So I would love for you guys to join. It's going to be an amazing little refresh of your money mindset, and that's really what it's all about. And tapping is not the only thing I'm going to be teaching you. We're going to be talking about transforming your attitude. We're going to be using about feng shui. We're going to be talking about ritual and everything that I've got in my toolbox to make your money situation feel good and positive and airy and fucking awesome, superpowered. So basically what happens, we start on the 20th of September, which is the Virgo new moon. New moons are the best time to create new habits, set new intentions, and working together on this as a group is going to be really powerful. So if you want to join us, I would love for you to do so. The link is in my bio on Instagram, and it's under this video on Facebook, galadarling.com/RR Abundance. For Radical Rituals Abundance. And the class is $44 for 2 weeks. I mean, that's a good fucking deal. And the price goes up to $88 on the 20th of September. And I'm doing that because I want everyone to get in before the 20th. I want us to all do it as a group, have a big collective, so we're all working on this at the same time. Because you can see from doing this tapping that we just did as a group, what happens when we all work together. In tapping, they call it borrowing benefits, and I believe the same thing is true of any kind of ritual or energy work. When we work together on something, it is so much more powerful because we have each other's energetic back, and it's a really special thing. So I would love for you guys to join. I'm really, really excited about this class. It's like one of the most exciting things I've done in ages, because when you feel good about your money situation, you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. And this is not just about money in the bank, although obviously like that's a part of it. But it's about realizing that abundance comes in so many other forms. It's about looking at your life and realizing what you have, and that it's not just about like paying for things with cold hard cash necessarily. It's also about who do you know? What are your connections? How do we feel good no matter what's going on around us? And it's all my money tricks, and I got a lot of them. So you are going to love this. It's going to be really amazing. And from what I've seen, there's no one else doing this kind of work. This is all about ritual and mindset and magic and like bringing it home, and also taking action, because none of this stuff works unless we take action. Zingarella is asking, are these rituals you're teaching just around money? Yes, it's all about money and abundance. 100% for 2 weeks. You'll get an email every single day for 2 weeks with a different exercise, and it's going to blow your mind. I'm so excited. It's stuff I've never shared before. It's going to be amazing. Also, if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. You can either comment below this video on Facebook, or if you're on Instagram, you can direct message me your questions and I will respond to them, and then I'll share them in my story anonymously so other people can see your answers, so my answers. So if you're like wondering about a certain situation that you're in, like is this going to help? Is this what you need, etc., I've got your back and I would love to help you out. So that's all I've got for you right now. I hope you're feeling good after your tapping. I feel really good. I feel jazzed. Water. Drink it, love it, live it, flush your body out, even if you weren't tapping. I mean, it's always good to drink water. Join us in Radical Rituals Abundance. I'm really excited to share my tips, my tricks, my rituals, my magic, all my good secret shit that you don't even know about yet because I've never even shared it before. Can you rewatch your live video? Yes, you can. It should be saved in my Instagram stories for 24 hours. So you can rewatch this anytime in the next 24 hours, or it's also on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/XO Gala Darling. All right, you guys, you are awesome. Hi, Jake. Thank you for joining me. I hope you didn't feel too weird about the tapping, but that shit works. And I really believe, I don't care how weird it looks or how weird it sounds, if it works, and this shit works. All right, I'll see you later. Enjoy your Sunday.